Did you know that the coldest place in the universe is actually not interstellar space anymore? It's right here in this lab, inside this incredibly high-tech freezer that is housing one of the biggest breakthroughs in quantum computing history. For the last 19 years, Microsoft's research in quantum computing has all led to this. Meet Majorana 1. The calculations that this is able to deliver are so complicated that even if today's computer was the size of the entire planet, it would still not be able to compute it. They've managed to create an entirely new state of matter, not a solid, liquid, or a gas, but a topological state. So for this chip, they're not building it from electrons. They're using Majoranas for computing, which is an entirely new particle. It's actually half of an electron, allowing it to store up to 1,000,000 qubits on a single chip. For context, something like this normally would have taken the size of a warehouse to achieve. But they've managed to fit it inside of a chip that I can hold in my hand. Now the wild part is to get this new state of matter, they need very specific conditions that this fancy freezer is able to deliver. It takes about a day to fully cool, but it's able to get down to 50 millikelvin, which is about 10 times colder than interstellar space. So why is this so important? What used to take up large amounts of space, it can now all be done with this palm-sized chip. But the calculations that it's able to deliver are so extremely accurate. Most lab experiments can be done on a quantum computer instead of an actual lab. With AI, it'll be able to augment the AI capabilities to find even more discoveries. I cannot wait to see what they do with this.
It will take some time for us to all realize how big of a technological breakthrough this is. Microsoft just unveiled Majorana 1, the world's first quantum processor using topological qubits. The Majorana 1 uses a new state of matter called a topoconductor to create more stable qubits. These topological qubits are smarter, faster, and more reliable than traditional superconducting qubits. The chip can fit in the palm of your hand. Microsoft claims this technology could lead to a 1,000,000 qubit processor on a single chip, potentially solving complex problems like breaking down microplastics, or inventing things like self-healing materials. This advancement is based on controlling Majorana particles, which were first theorized in 1937, but only recently observed and manipulated in a lab setting. Microsoft CEO stated that this breakthrough will lead to meaningful quantum computers in years instead of decades.
Microsoft just announced their Majorana 1 quantum chip, the world's first topological quantum qubit array. In normal quantum computers, you use qubits that can either be 0, 1, or somewhere in between the two. But your qubits are made of atoms, ions, or photons, so there's always a chance that a stray particle or random photon can bump into them, collapsing their quantum state. The research team at Microsoft's big idea was, rather than hold this quantum information in a localized particle, instead to spread it across a surface or topology. They use Majorana quasi-particles to hold electrons at either ends of a nanowire. This means that even if noise hits the system, the quantum state is still preserved. To make these nanowires work, however, required every single atom to be exactly in the right place within the material, which took the team 17 years to get right. To put it in context, topological quantum computers are what you build when you decide the whole quantum mechanics thing sounds just a little bit too easy. Their Nature paper just released, which shows how powerful this technique is, and their architecture puts them on a pathway to realizing 1,000,000 qubits that would fit on the size of a credit card. This is a big deal in the quantum world, which is larger than you think it would be, and I'm going to do a deep dive on this as we've only just scratched the surface. If you like science and tech breakthroughs, follow for more.
Quantum computing has taken a massive leap forward. Now meet Majorana 1. It's the world's first quantum processor powered by topological qubits, and these are developed by Microsoft. Now, this breakthrough is built using a revolutionary class of materials called topoconductor, making a turning point in our journey towards practical quantum computing. And why does this matter? Because Majorana 1 is designed to scale 1,000,000 qubits on a single chip, something that once thought impossible. This means we're one step closer to unlocking fault-tolerant quantum computing, where calculations remain stable even in the face of errors. A chip with 1,000,000 qubits could lead to innovations like self-healing materials that repair the cracks in our bridges, or sustainable agriculture, but also safer chemical discovery, all essential to our future. Now, by harnessing Majorana Zero Mode, Microsoft has created a qubit that's smaller, it's faster, but it's also digitally controlled, making large-scale quantum computing a possibility. Now, to learn more about this groundbreaking technological advancement, click in the link in my post.